Are we doing this?
We're doing this.
This is gonna be a thing.
We're doing this.
This is the new thing.
This is the new thing.
There we are. Fucking.
What are we doing?
It's the shit show.
This is definitely a fucking shit show.
It's definitely the name is fitting.
We don't even know what we're doing.
No, but the name definitely is fitting because this is thrown together.
It is
in a basement.
I wish they could see the background of the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's not bad.
No. We're gonna.
It works.
Well, there's a cat just vibing over there.
Hey, he's in his own little world. I can't even see him, to be honest.
I can't.
With you.
I'm staring at him. He's right next to your printer.
Oh, he's fine.
But
I see him.
Basically, over there, we're gonna redo that area, and that's gonna be the merch shop.
Yeah.
Where our old ladies are gonna make our merch.
Yeah.
And us. I mean, we'll help.
I mean, it's over there is all my fucking equipment. That's
pretty much
almost $10,000 in equipment over there. So I fucking hope so.
And we're gonna add more to it.
Oh yeah.
But
definitely.
In the link, in the comments. Well, I guess it's not really in the comments. It could be in the comments.
Well, that'd
or
be dumb, but it would be in the description.
Yeah, that too. Is for the merch. We got hoodies, sweatshirts, like crew neck sweatshirts, hoodies,
Even
t-shirts.
though we're not wearing them right now.
No, we don't. But we're gonna be getting some.
Haven't ordered them yet. We're slacking.
Yeah, it's all right.
I should have figured that out.
Hey,
yeah, it's fine.
The shit show.
Hey, everything is still fresh and brand new.
Right. Damn straight. I want to try this water, though.
I can't. Hang on.
So this water is one of our sponsors, collabs. It's called Muse State Water. It's a local guy around us. His name's Diesel Donlow. All of his information will be posted as well. This is his brand. It's local to, like I said, local to the area where we're at, Northeast Ohio.
DieselDonlow.shop. That's the website on here.
A lot of merch on there. Artesian water. Dominate life, motivate life, inspire life.
Yeah, it's got a pH of 7.7 plus, it says. Naturally alkaline.
Let's do it.
Bottled in the source of Hanover, Virginia? VA is Virginia. Is it?
Yeah, that's that state.
No calories, no nothing.
That's
water. 1 liter.
1 fucking liter, bud.
Ready?
Is our
fucking cheers, bud.
Episode 1.
Cheers.
I should have made it cold, but it's pretty dope.
Should have made it cold,
it's
but
cold.
Honestly, like for being room temperature water, I'm not displeased.
I hate room temperature water.
I do too, but I could drink this.
Like room temperature, like if I'm working, I don't care if I'm outside and it's fucking negative 20 degrees.
Right.
I'm drinking cold water from Thursday.
Of course, yeah.
Like it needs to be cold.
Yeah.
And I don't it's good. Like it's not gross warm temperature water.
It's awesome.
Like it sat in the kitchen in the case, and then when I brought it over, the 20-minute drive to your house.
Yeah. Dude, I'm honestly like
the only time it was
for it being room temperature water. I'm not gonna bullshit. I will never bullshit anyone.
Don't.
I was not expecting it to be like actually like thirst quenching.
Right.
At being room temperature.
Right.
Like I could drink a full case at room temperature.
Yes.
Like and be
satisfied.
content. Yeah, and be content. Like I wouldn't be like, oh fuck, I should have made that cold.
Like if I'm drinking
this is great.
any other water, it's got to come out of the fridge.
Right.
Or if it's outside, like where it's cold, out of a vehicle, whatever. But that is something where I could just keep a case in the room here in the studio and just drink it right straight from the case. No need to have it refrigerated, kept outside in the cold, none of that.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal. Like water doesn't have a taste. Like it has a taste, but it doesn't have a taste. But like this, like you said, like when you taste room temperature water, for the most part, it's very, very, very rare you're gonna get something that tastes good at room temperature.
Right.
This tastes fucking good at room temperature. Let alone like I'm excited to put one in my fridge and try it when it's fucking cold.
Right. I
like
agree with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm definitely buying some.
Yes.
Like there's no question. Like I'm definitely picking some of this up.
All the information for this will be listed down below if you do want to pick some up. These are the 1 liter plastic bottles. They also come in glass bottles. Smaller, I think it's 16.9
aluminum,
ounce.
I believe.
16.9 ounce plastic and then 16 ounce
16.9 aluminum.
Yeah.
Dope.
Like a Miller Lite aluminum bottle. It's just an aluminum bottle with it in it. But 4 different sizes, 4 different, bottle types if you prefer glass water bottles over plastic or aluminum. Everybody has their preference. But everything will be listed below. Him and his shop. He's officially one of the first sponsors and collaborations. What the fuck is that? Collaborations. Slow it down here, buddy.
Yeah.
He will be on the show. We obviously we need to redo some of the studio to accommodate our 3rd and 4th guests when we do have 2 people on, 1 person on.
Yeah, the title represents this is a shit show, so we're doing it.
We're winging it.
Yeah, we're winging it. We're gonna change the studio for 1 episode basically.
Yes.
Or 2 episodes, but 1 episode.
Yes.
And then go back to to the original set until we have another guest on, or until we eventually upgrade.
Right.
At that point, obviously, then it makes more sense. But for the time being, we're gonna end up just changing the fucking studio
this shit's gonna,
so much.
And obviously, right now it's the beginning of February, so it is colder than a motherfucker outside.
It is.
But when it gets nice outside, we plan on picking this shit upstairs, outside, do a nighttime one sitting on a campfire, sitting on your back porch.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck we got to do.
It's gonna be great.
Let's go sit in fucking middle of the street and make a podcast.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to get a big ass Ethernet cable. I'm not worried about extension cords. Extension cords are fine. It's the Ethernet cable to go out.
Yeah, you're right.
Just in case we have to look something up. Just in case.
Yeah, you're right.
That's really what it comes down to, is just in case looking something up, because none of this is streamed live right now.
No.
Unless we ever go on Twitch.
Right.
But
yes, sir.
Realistically, there's nothing stopping us from going in the middle of the street.
No.
Other than cars passing by and it being very inconvenient.
We can just have them block the road off. We'll have them just block each end of your road.
Do you know how much it is to block a road off?
We'll just use the business card. Fuck
what business card?
We'll make one.
You do that.
Just
I already have a business in my name. You can do this one in your name. I have enough taxes to pay at the end of the year.
We'll just make one.
Perfect.
Fuck it. We'll figure it out.
Oh man, this is great.
So what are these topics you got?
Well, do you have any first?
No.
You don't have any?
No.
What have you been doing for the past 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Working.
So have I. What's your excuse?
Nothing. I mean, we could go back to we talked about doing those before, those Reddit topics.
Which I know we'll revisit, but we have to find new ones that we didn't already talk about on the old test run when we had the old input mixer, the old mixer, and it sounded like shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so stupid.
Yeah, so
before we get into any topics, why did we, I know we were trying to, do this on, a budget, and I get it, but, why didn't, we told that dude at the place, I'm not going to mention the names because they're good people there.
Yes.
I'm not specifically mad at him, but, he should have.
If you work, like you said, we're not going to mention any names of employees or stores.
Right.
But when you work at a store that is design and selling audio equipment, studio production, musical instruments, and things around that nature.
Right. You would think, because we told him specifically we're making, we're
Correct.
doing a podcast.
Correct. And
that's why
seemed like he worked in that area, because this store, the mics, the headphones, the boards, the speakers, the mixers, all that shit is in a separate side of the store.
Right.
In a separate room, essentially.
Right.
And he seemed like that was where his focus was.
Yeah.
So when you have 2 guys come in and say, hey, we're starting a podcast, we need mics and boards and to a computer, all this type of stuff, you should say, all right, well, obviously, like you said, on a budget, we got handheld mics. We could have got SM7Bs, $400 microphones, or those $25 mics that they had right there behind the counter.
Right.
That really doesn't matter. XLR cables don't really matter. But when it comes to a mixing board running to a PC,
put it as an input,
should be USB always.
Right, and you would have thought he would have said that.
Right, or made the suggestion, hey, I recommend this board over the board that you're wanting because it has USB input and output from the computer and to the computer.
Yeah, and I would have said, perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Because that easily would have justified
spending the extra $100.
Was it like $110? Yeah,
it was about $104 after tax.
Yeah, so that would have justified the extra $100.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
We bought this board, we bought all this equipment. We went in there and spent $400 or $500 that day.
Yeah,
and came home, set everything up,
and it sounded good in our headphones.
It sounded perfect in the headphones because of the monitoring.
Yeah,
back.
like how it sounds now in post production is how it sounded in our headphones. And
but
it was
when
great.
we ran we had everything set up, we had the studio set up, minus some of the stuff behind us, but that was on the way. We had already ordered it. It just needed to put up.
Right.
But audio-wise and electronical equipment-wise, everything was perfect.
Yeah.
We listened to the playback, and it sounded like we were talking through tree bark.
Yeah. It sounded awful.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's not like I recorded it on an original iPhone.
And that was because
an original Razor.
Right, yeah, because
Doughboy phone.
the original board we had didn't have a USB output.
Right.
It just had, what was it?
It was all analog. It was
just analog cables.
It was going basically from a 1/4-inch jack to a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack reducer into the microphone and on the computer, which in theory works, but for this application, the quality is not there. Now, if I was just using that mixer for DJing or something, had like portable speakers or whatever running from the 1/4-inch jack out to the speakers, that would be fine because you're DJing. You're not looking for necessarily sound quality. You're looking for loudness for a DJ.
I mean, you're still on sound quality, but the output was fine. It's not meant for recording.
Correct. Yes. So for music, it's fine in terms of, again, doing a party or whatever, wedding. You're fine. You can get away with having less sound quality, but when you're doing vocal production, basically like this, like a podcast, it doesn't work. At least I couldn't get it to work. He couldn't get it to work. So this interface is basically the same thing, other than it has a USB and 2 less channels. It's a 10 channel instead of a 12 channel.
Correct.
And has USB instead of not, and has more effects, vocal effects. Regardless, basically the same thing. USB input, and it is a night and day difference.
Correct. I gotta turn that. It's bugging me.
It's a night and day difference, and it was well worth the extra,
right?
$100.
Right. It was well worth
to get the USB input to not have to worry about going from like that to like a Focusrite to then because either way you're still doing USB, so might as well just do it all in one.
Right.
Like honestly, like for my streaming setup, I wish I would have just did a mixer instead of a Focusrite.
You had it in your hand.
I did, but then the dude talked me into the Focusrite at the time. It was a different dude. And I was
like,
all right, whatever.
I feel like you spent more money anyways because the board you had was like $130. I think it was a Mackie.
It might have been. I think it was the 4-channel, whatever it is.
It was the Pro FX, not the Mix FX. Right.
No, it was the Pro FX. And it had USB. I made sure that, and whatever reason, my brain didn't remember that the board we bought didn't have it because I looked it up.
Right.
On Guitar Center's website. It's where I bought it from, Guitar Center. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's also it's a chain.
Yeah, it's a chain.
It's not like
I said, it's not Guitar Center's fault, and I'm not mad at the dude itself, or himself. Like it is what it is. Like you make mistakes. I worked in retail. I worked at Best Buy. I'm sure I fucked up a lot. I sold a lot of shit I shouldn't have, or whatever.
Probably.
That's fine. I don't work there anymore. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna work there. I sold a lot of fucking stupid shit I shouldn't have sold, and like I'm sure I conned people out of spending money for at Best Buy. It is what it is. That's what you do as a salesman.
Right.
I get it. But I also made great recommendations as well. Like if they wanted something, I tried to recommend them the best I could that I knew of, or that my knowledge base was on.
Right.
I didn't just say, oh, like spend $500 more to get this when really you just spend $100 more, or I just didn't upsell them because technically this would have been an upsell.
Right.
To make it work, I would have said, hey, this is how this actually works instead of doing the way you want it because X, Y, and Z, whatever.
Correct.
That's what I feel should have happened, but it didn't. But again, I'm not mad. It is what it is.
We worked past it.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Pushed us off, couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was about a week because we bought it, tested it for a week. Then you came back over when we started doing everything else, back here.
Yep.
We looked at the audio and we were like, dude, like this
isn't because we actually ended up what is technically behind the camera right now used to be where the set was.
Yeah.
And
on the other side of the room.
We decided to flip it.
Yes.
Because what is above us right now is just an empty room. So we don't have as much, floor traffic. People walking down the hallway.
While you're talking, I'm going to go rock a piss.
Of course you are. And where we were above us was the living room where it's right by the front door, people coming in and out of the house, all different types of stuff. You hear the dogs running around. So we decided to move it to this side and do the stuff behind the wall and clean everything up. But there's slowly things are going to be added into the set, changing stuff around, slowly getting a couple of more supporters of the show and sponsors of the show. We're going to work towards getting discount codes, and their stuff is going to be set up around, like the water. I got a couple in the works right now that'll put a couple of things on the table here. Might even look to getting some signs put up behind us to kind of represent those sponsors as well. That way, say we don't have a water on set or anything like that, their sign or their logo will still be present in the recording. All right, what's these topics you got? I'm curious. Now that we've explained what the hell we're doing here.
Yeah, that was a big explanation. That was like a 10-minute fucking explanation.
And what kind of fucking shit show we're rocking with. Literal shit show. The shit show.
Yeah, the shit show. So,
And if also, anybody listening, if they have any type of topic recommendations or questions or anything that you would like us to discuss on the show or bring up on the show or answer a question, if you're watching on YouTube, post in the comments. If not, there will be an email down there, like a support email, like a contact email. You can shoot us an email with anything in there as well. Any type of recommendations or topics, or if you would like to see us do something or review something, because we're probably eventually going to get to the point where we do reviews of beverages, not obviously just on water,
nice.
But you know,
beverages for people that are 21 or over.
Alcoholic beverages. It seems like Truly, Smirnoff, and Bud Light seem to be releasing different seltzer packs.
Are they?
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
We used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought you meant like there was something upcoming that I didn't
I
know about.
did see one. I actually have a picture of it on my phone.
Speaking of, Michelob Ultra, sponsor us.
Yes, Michelob
Please.
Ultra.
Thank you. That's all I drink.
All right, so Monster has an alcoholic beverage.
Okay.
It's called the Beast Unleashed. I actually tried it last night.
What?
The Beast Unleashed.
You said Beast Unleashed.
Beast Unleashed. The Beast Unleashed.
Unleashed?
Oh, fuck me. The Beast Unleashed.
There you go.
There we go. There's Perfect Peach, Mean Green, White Haze, and Scary Berries. I tried one of every single one of them last night, and they're all fire.
Really?
Yes. I highly recommend them. I drank 4 of them. They're 6%, so, regular, Michelob Ultra or Coors Light is what, about 3.2, something like that, percentage-wise. I don't know if it says it on there. I'm about to look it up.
It does. I just can't fucking see.
Michelob Ultra alcohol.
4.2% alcohol to volume.
Online says 3.8, but I think that's for a bottle. Anyways.
This can is 4.2% per alcohol.
Okay. Well, I think Coors Light is like 3-something, I think.
Unless you're doing like Coors Banquet.
Yeah,
Coors Banquet's
right, like a regular 12-ounce Coors Light can or a bottle. I think it's like 3-something. So basically, one of these is basically just about 2 beers.
Yeah.
And I drank all 4, one of each flavor, and I was feeling it last night. I'm a lightweight, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you are.
And they were all good. Like, I didn't taste any alcohol in any of them. They didn't have like that weird aftertaste or
better than
pungent.
Better than the Mountain Dew seltzers?
Yes.
Really?
Highly recommend these over the Mountain Dew seltzers.
Okay.
And they, like I said, the white one literally just tastes like regular white Monster. Kind of like I don't know, it's like a weird flavor, but it's a good weird flavor. Like, it's not a flavor that I can easily describe. Sure. The Scary Berry is just like a berry flavor.
Okay.
Mean Greens literally just tastes like regular Monster. Literally, like, I went into Sheets or into a Sunoco or any gas station, bought a Monster, opened it, and was drinking it.
Right.
Like, there was no taste of alcohol in any of them. My least favorite was the peach one, but that's just because I don't like peach.
Yes, I feel like that'd be
it was still good. Don't get me wrong. I'll drink them.
Yeah,
but out of the 4, it was my worst favorite. I would say
I'm not a peach person, but I'll drink peach.
I think the white one was my favorite. It's also the first one I drank, so I was able. I was 100% stone cold sober. I was able to fully taste it.
Yeah.
And then I did the berry, peach, and I saved the green one to the end. But I think in that order of the white haze, berry, mean green, and peach is how I would say my ranking is. But we'll get a case. We'll do a live one on the show.
I'm down. I'm down.
We're going to do those. And then I seen these yesterday in Walmart. They looked new. I don't know if they're new. I've never seen them. They are Seagram's cocktails in cans. It's a 12-pack. There's Pineapple Mule, Strawberry Margarita, Grapefruit Paloma, if I'm saying that right. I don't know. And then Lemon Collins. So that's a pack we could try. Like I said, I seen him in the store and never really noticed him before.
Yeah.
And then those Beer Hug, this was the original one that I tried. Those IPAs
Mm-hmm.
that we can also get a pack of those and try all
Yeah, I'm
4
down.
of them.
Down.
And we can incorporate those. So if there's like a pack of something that you want us to see, or something that, you know, even if it's not something that we can taste as a review, but like something to watch, or, you know, you want to get an opinion on something, I'm sure they can
Right,
send
right.
anything really.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down.
I'll actually make a new email separate from the business email. This will be like a support, or like a,
Yeah.
you know, a viewer line email that we'll just look at. I won't have notifications on for, and as soon as they come in, you know, I'll check them here and there, and we can make notes of different things.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually just thought of this. Should we look into, not right now, but in the future, a P.O. box to where they can send us shit? Like do like
Eventually, yeah.
do like fan mail.
Yeah, eventually,
live
yeah.
on the
I would definitely
podcast?
set up a PO box. No question.
That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah,
I think that'd be dope.
I would definitely do that.
Send different things to try, different
Yeah.
candies, or even just like whatever they wanted to send.
Yeah.
And like if it's really fucking cool, we can include it into the set down the
definitely.
road.
I'm down.
I like that.
No question.
That'd be dope.
I agree.
All right, what's these topics you got?
All right, so the first two, you and I have talked off camera, so I'm not really going to go over those because those are kind of irrelevant.
Okay. I mean, we can still discuss them because you brought it up,
Yeah.
and I really didn't think anything about it.
So we're going to go with those, and then the last one
Is the one that you haven't told me
is
about.
the one I haven't told you, but it's been circulating around. So once it gets brought up, you probably will recognize hearing about it, maybe.
Okay.
So the first one, it's very simple. So as I was telling you before, you know, off camera,
Right.
I was watching a TikTok, right?
Okay.
There's this dude,
Okay.
ex-Amish guy from Ohio.
Hey, wait, is he have a? I think I've seen him before.
He has like a chin strap.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't think. I can't think of his Insta or his TikTok.
I'm
name
sure we
right
could
now.
find it, but I think I've seen his videos before. Like he went back not that long ago and visited his mom.
Yeah.
And he bought his kid a truck or something.
I don't know about that, but
I thought he bought his
maybe.
kid a truck.
I mean, I guess it's possible.
But I think I know if it's the same person. I've seen a guy on TikTok who is an ex-Amish. Is that what you would call him? Is ex-Amish guy? He's removed himself from the religion.
His TikTok name is Yoder Toter 40.
Let me see his picture. Yep, that's him. I've
Yeah.
seen him. Yep.
So
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So he grew up in a old order Amish. He was born and raised in an old order Amish
Right.
in Ohio here.
It's in Ohio?
Yeah, it's in Ohio.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think it's closer to like Dayton, so about 4 hours away, something like that.
3.5, yeah.
Yeah,
around
something
there.
like that. He was born and raised in Ohio.
Okay.
Left when he was 18.
Yep.
So back in the day, obviously Amish buggies are on the road still. They have been for, since they were
Forever.
really created, I
Yeah.
guess, I suppose. So now they already did this once, but they're trying to crack down on it again. They're trying to make them have either flashing lights, like amber flashing lights,
Okay.
or orange triangles.
Yep.
They're not willing to do that because it's too worldly. It's too, like new world order.
Too
I
far
guess.
out of like their religion.
Correct. Yeah, they don't believe in it. Like they are willing to go to jail / die over them not doing it. They don't care. Like they would rather pay the tickets or go to jail, again, die, whatever the cost is,
Right.
than just put a orange triangle or the flashing lights on their buggies, which I'm not knocking them, like, 'cause I don't know anything about Amish.
Right.
I'm not Amish. I've hauled Amish before, but I've never grown up in it.
I tell you what about Amish, them motherfuckers can build a barn.
For sure. That's kind of, they're known for work.
Right, but
They're known for work.
quick as
dog.
shit
Yeah.
and good
Yeah.
too.
But like it's in my eyes, it's not that big of a deal, and I get it. Like for them, like they don't want to change their ways because it's how they've always been, and I get that. But like, at what point, like, do you just say fuck it and just
Do it.
do it? Like why are you causing you and your family or your community more problems than really what's needed? I get, like, I'm all for you standing up for what you believe in. I don't give a shit because it doesn't affect me. Anything that basically anyone stands up for doesn't affect me directly,
Right.
for the most part, because I just don't give
It's
a shit.
just your opinion on
yeah,
the situation.
like everyone has assholes,
Yeah.
or everyone has
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has
yeah,
one.
that's what I was trying to say.
I got you, buddy.
Everyone has that.
Right.
Like, I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. If
Right.
it like nothing, none of that is going to affect my opinion because I know what I think. I know what I like, what I don't like, so on and so forth.
Correct.
So why are they so being so stubborn, I guess? And I hope one day that dude sees this podcast and is able to chime in on it. I'm sure he already has.
Dude,
dude, it'd be cool to have him on the podcast.
I was just going to say that should be like one of the guys.
Yeah, I agree. Especially
and if anybody's watching this that is an influencer or bigger than we are, like that guy on TikTok or any influencer that finds this podcast funny that would be interested or even local to our, not local, but is willing to travel to the studio. And in reality, I guess we could go mobile.
We could.
If to an extent down the road. Like, to an extent. Like, I'm not going to pick this shit up and take it to Arizona. Even though that'd be cool as shit.
I can't get the time off work.
Right.
I really can't.
I mean, unless
Not
we just
yet.
did this full time.
Well, at that point,
that's the goal.
Yeah,
But
that's the goal. But at that point, that's different.
Somebody local, couple hours away, whatever the situation is, Columbus,
Make
Cleveland.
like a weekend out of it.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I'd be cool with that.
Right. Go down, record on a Saturday, set up. Again, we don't need internet for that. All we need is power.
Oh, correct.
And if we're doing a guest, we're going to have pre-made stuff up.
Yeah, of
ready to
course.
rock and roll. So we're really not going to need internet for that at all.
But anyways, back to the topic.
Right.
It'd be cool to have him on here. It'd be cool if he can shed some light on it. And I'm sure
and
he
shed
has.
light on a lot of things because, like, not a lot of people understand the Amish community.
No.
Like where we're at, they are around in our part of the our part of the state.
Yeah.
In like the Northeast Ohio region, especially the more farther north you get of us before you get up to Lake Erie, there is a bigger Amish community.
Yeah.
And I do respect the Amish. I think the way they live
definitely.
nowadays.
I couldn't do it.
No.
Could not do it.
Not do it at all. Because, like.
I think it'd be fun to experience for like a week or two, but like.
Right.
For me to just be like, you know what? I'm going Amish. No way.
No way in
Couldn't
hell.
do it. I'd probably last the week and be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Like.
Can't do it.
Like, bros don't even, like, if they're, like, true, they don't even have lights. Like, they run off lanterns.
Yeah.
Like, candles.
Usually they have lights in their barn for their animals.
Right.
That's about the barns have electric for the animals.
For the animal, like, right.
But their personal homes do not have electric.
Yeah, which is insane. Like, I think I told you this story. I bought, when I was a kid, well, I think my grandfather bought it for me. I bought a kayak. It was like an 8-foot kayak. It was meant for, like, a younger child. And I used it, and then when I got to the point where I didn't use it anymore, or I outgrew it because, I got fat and taller.
Yeah.
I needed an adult kayak, so I sold it.
At the age of 6.
Yeah, dude, I was a 6'6" weighed 275 pounds at 6 years old.
Even though you're nowhere near 6'6".
I said 6 foot.
I thought you said 6'6".
I said 6 foot, 6-year-old.
Oh. All right. Anyway.
Use your noggin.
Are you even 6 foot?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I am. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Part of me wants to say I'm 6'1", but we're not.
But
gonna
you're
go that
not.
far. I probably am close.
That's
but
pushing it.
I'll
dog.
round up.
That's pushing it.
I'll round up. But so I posted this on Facebook and was on there for like a month. Nobody been on it, but I also posted it in like fucking October, I think. I don't remember. Yeah. But I posted it, and it sat there, and I was like, oh, whatever, I'm about to take it down. I forgot about it. Get a message one day. A kid, like probably 15, 16, didn't think anything of anything related to Amish, especially because, one, it's Facebook. On a phone, the computer,
right.
I knew nothing about this kid.
Especially back then. I mean, because Facebook's evolved so much compared to when we were. Because I remember making my Facebook. I made it in, my profile says May of 2009.
Yeah, I think mine's like 2012.
I think I was like a 8th grader maybe.
Yeah, something
if
like
that.
Like
I mean, I was
joined
young.
September 2012.
I'm curious now. I got to look it up.
But anyways, but this was like last year. This is literally last year.
Oh, really?
Or no, it's 2021. This is 2021.
That's still recent.
Yeah. So.
Oh, by the way, May of 2009, I made it.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
But I posted it. Didn't really think anything of it. I get a message. He was like, "Hey, would you take?" I think I had it listed at like $130, $100, something like that, something real cheap. And he was like, "Hey, would you take like?" I think it was like $20 less than what I had. Just say I listed at $150. He was like, "Hey, can you give me like $130? Can I give you $130 for it?" I was like, "Yeah, that's not a problem. When could you come pick it up? Because it's at my house." He was like, well, are you able to deliver it to me? He was like, if I give you more than what you're asking, would you deliver it? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, how much? I think I said like maybe like 160, like 10 extra bucks, whatever, just for gas. And I was like, yeah, sure. Shoot me your address, and I'll shoot up after work one day during the week. And he shot me his address because it wasn't very far from my work. And I leave work. I'm driving up the road, and I'm seeing a lot of Amish. The houses, the barns, the buggies, the horse shit on the side of the road, all different types of stuff.
Horse flop.
Fucking horse flop. Fucking dropping trowel right on the road, bud.
Drop trowel.
So I pull in this dude's driveway, and there's a horse pasture. But again, you're out in the country parts of Ohio. Everybody has horses.
Yeah.
And I'm going down, and his driveway seemed like it went on for like half of a mile off the road.
Really?
Just through the woods, through the gravel, horse field on one side, woods on the other, horse trails through the woods. And all of a sudden, I come out, and it's just like, you ever been to Pittsburgh? You drive through the Fort Pitt Tunnel, and it's just like tunnel, boom, city. That's how I felt. Like, it was just middle of nowhere, boom, there's a house and 2 barns. And like 4 Amish kids playing out in the yard, and I think I'm in the wrong area.
Right.
Guy walks out of the barn, older guy, had a long-ass white beard, and he was like, hi, can I help you? Super nice guy.
Yeah.
And everybody, I've heard different stories, and I hear people saying, Amish people are assholes and all different types of stuff. I don't think so.
Right.
But again, like you said, everybody has their own opinion on different things.
Yeah.
But I pull in this guy's driveway. He comes out. He's like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I forget the kid's name. I was like, yeah, I'm looking for so-and-so. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's my son. He'll be right out. I was like, all right. I said, yeah, he's buying my kayak off me. He goes, yeah, he'll be out in a couple minutes. I'll let him know. So he goes into the house. He comes back out. The kid comes out. So I get out, and I unstrap it out of the bed of my truck, and I set it down. I swear I stood in this dude's driveway for like 45 minutes, just bullshitting with him.
Yeah.
Nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Right.
Down to earth, just bullshitting about everything. The kid said that him and his family were getting ready to go camping up at Pymatuming, which is a lake up in northeastern Ohio, and that he wanted to take a kayak because everybody else is getting kayaks, and they were going to go out on the lake and do boating and maybe fish. I don't know, whatever. And it was exactly what he was looking for, and he was excited about it. And I was like, well, I got my use out of it when I was younger, and I don't need it anymore. So,
right.
But they were the most down-to-earth, genuinely nice people I've ever had a conversation with.
I think it's funny that his dad never asked you how did he find that kayak.
No, he knew. Like, dude said he was inside. He was like, yeah, he'll be out. He's in on the computer. In on the computer? But he's an Amish. But that's what like threw me off.
Maybe it was Mennonite. Maybe they were Mennonite. Amish and Mennonite look alike, but they're different.
I don't know anything about that. I just know Amish and non-Amish.
I just
but
know,
like, I know there's like
Amish,
what is it, Old English or
old Order.
Old Order. There's different
order.
types of like Amish communities or like Amish beliefs. Some people are strict about it. Some have leniency with it.
If I had to guess, they were probably Mennonite, because I think like New Order Amish are still kind of strict about that, but I think Mennonites are kind of like.
I guess that would be a good question for that guy on TikTok.
Yeah, that'd be a great question.
But
so speaking of being nice and being mean Amish, so any Amish person that I've basically met has been super nice to me when I, hauled Amish for the little bit that I did, or delivering to Amish, like restaurants and stuff for work.
Yeah.
They've all been super nice. But when I was working in one of the stores, I was a merchandising position at the time.
Okay.
And it was obviously in a predominantly Amish area. I shouldn't say predominantly Amish. There was Amish people that lived there, or in the area. So
right.
They came up and asked me for something, and I told them, listen, like I didn't say listen, but I was like, oh, I'm sorry, like I don't work here. I work for blah blah blah.
Right.
Like I don't know where that is. I've only been to the store one time, and I just know where my product is that I have to put up on the shelf.
Right.
They got so pissed at me. Not really. They didn't get so pissed, but they were like they said something. They got very snobby about it, and were like, all right, whatever, like, and they just walked away. And I'm standing there like, yo, like I was very polite. Said I'm sorry that I don't work for this store. I work for a company that they send merchandisers to the store to merchandise their product.
Right.
That company's product, not the store's product.
Right.
My company's product.
Correct.
So like, why are you about to get mad at me? Like I'm supposed to know the map of the store. Like, I have, like, my company's logo on. Like, it doesn't say the store logo. It says my company logo that I'm employed by.
Right.
Like, it says that on the sleeve, on the front, on the back.
Right. It's all over. You're branded.
Yeah, I'm
You're representing
branded.
that company.
Yeah, I'm branded. Like,
you're a cow.
Yeah, basically. Like, I don't get it. Like that was the one and only bad time I had an interaction. They may have just been having a bad day.
Right.
But for the longest time, before I started actually delivering to certain Amish, like, restaurants and stores and stuff, that gave me a very bad view on Amish just because of that one interaction. Like I get it. Like they may have been upset they were looking for something. I get it.
Right.
But, like, why are you taking it out on me? Like, any other time that's happened to me with any other quote unquote regular person that's not Amish, no one that I can remember has ever gotten frustrated with me, the fact that I don't work for that specific store. And it happens. It still happens now as at my delivery job.
Right.
It happens daily.
Like, that similar situations happen to me. Not, I'm there working, but, like, if you're in a Target and, Target employees, all of them have red.
Right.
That's a requirement, is to have a red shirt. If it's a red hoodie, polo, whatever. And, I remember I was in Target or something similar, and some lady come up and she was like, hey, I'm just looking for this. I'm like, sorry, man. Like, I don't work. And she's like, oh, no, it's all right. It's my apology. Like, that's their mistake.
Right. Yeah, it's not my mistake. Like,
that's not my mistake that you looked at me as an employee when I'm not. But, again, I'm not going to be a douche about it.
No.
But for them to come back and be a douche is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that just gave me, like, a very bad vibe about Amish for the longest time. Again, until I started delivering. Like, granted, like, I hauled Amish prior to that. It was a work crew, but, like, not that we didn't really talk, but, like, it was nothing like I would just pick them up, drop them off, go on about my day, come back, pick them up, go home. Very easy. And I really didn't do it a lot. I only did it, like, a couple times.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like it was just kind of a side thing while I was part-time at another job at the time. Mm-hmm. And, like, but they were very nice to me. They were very respectful to me, everything like that. But then once that happened at my technically current job and not current job.
Just different position.
Different position job. Like,
same company, different position.
Yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way. And then once I became a delivery person for my current job, like, it changed everything, because, like, they've all been nice to me. Like, they're very respectful.
That's all it takes is one.
Yeah.
Like, when someone's nice to you.
And it was an older couple too, which I think, like, they were, like, I don't know, like, I don't know why they would have been mad compared to, like, a younger couple Amish, but like, I don't know if they were just, like, pissed off at the world or what.
Right.
But, like, it's not a big deal. Like, I get it. Like, you want to find help. I get it. Like, for what you're finding, that's cool.
And if I'm there in the store. Like, if I'm there, like, if I was in your position and I knew where something was that they were looking for,
I would have told them.
I would try to help them.
Exactly.
Or at least point them if they're over in, like, if I was in a Home Depot, for example, and they're looking for lumber and they're standing in the lights, I'm going to say, oh, well, the wood's on the other side of the store.
Exactly.
You'll probably look
point them in a general geographic direction.
Right. I'm not going to say,
They were looking for something, like, it was a kind of a common household item, but it was specific, like, for example, baking soda, we'll say. I don't know if it was that, but we'll say baking soda. I'm in a soda aisle.
Right.
That kind of gives my job away, but it's fine. You don't know who I work for. It's fine. I'm in the soda aisle or juice aisle, whatever it was.
Right.
I don't
somewhere
know.
in one of those aisles.
And they're asking where the baking soda is. I'm sure it's not far from there. But realistically, if I can look at a sign and see, like, the kind of categories that is categorized per aisle, you can do the same thing.
Right, and you just said it.
You obviously know how to read English.
What were they looking for?
Baking
soda.
We'll
Where would you probably find baking soda?
In the baking aisle.
Okay.
Or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, like, you can read signs and make an educated guess.
It's not going to be in the crackers and juices.
Correct.
It's not going to be in the alcohol. It's not going to be in the international foods condiment section.
Right.
It's not going to be in the bread aisle.
Yeah. Like,
it's going to probably be where the flour and shit like that is, the baking stuff.
It's not hard to make an educated guess.
Right.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That was my big rant for that. That's just...
But, I mean, I guess that could really be with anybody, too, is...
Oh, for sure.
If soon as somebody rubs you the wrong way, it's over.
Yeah.
It only takes... There's a saying, I don't know what it is, but, like, one bad impression is stronger than, like, 100 good impressions or something
definitely.
like that.
That's true. That's very true.
Right.
Very, very true.
Very true.
Yeah.
It's
dude, that was a big conversation.
It
We're
was.
already 40 minutes in,
is.
and we still have 2 more fucking
yeah,
topics.
we're gonna take like a 5-minute break.
Yeah, I gotta rock a piss.
Refill some things, and then we're gonna start on this second topic as soon as we come back.
And we're back.
And we are back.
We're back.
Got some refill on some beer. Got lunch ordered.
Yeah, well, basically dinner. It's 3:30.
Is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's 3:33.
Twee. A dinner. Linner. Lupper.
Jesus.
I was hungry.
I can tell.
My big ass was hungry.
I know.
So what's this other topic you got?
So there's 2 more. This is going to be a long fucking episode.
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
Well, you got to think, out of that time, we just... Yeah. We were just letting us sit here and go for like 15 minutes, and then the beginning...
Actually, I lied. We only have 1 more. I'm going to cut out the second one because it's irrelevant.
Which one was it? Is it one we already talked about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is the one that we didn't talk about at all.
Let me hear it. Let me fucking hear it, Jimmy.
Have you been on Instagram / TikTok / YouTube to hear about Upchurch's bullshit?
With his houses?
Yes, and his mom buying that?
Yes. Okay. So, funny you bring that up because I did see that.
Yeah.
But it's never the same TikTok page.
No, it's all different, but he's posted on YouTube and Instagram.
Right.
So, like his Instagram story.
And I seen the first one it was a gray corner house, I think. Like an older looking gray house. Said it was like $500,000.
Yeah, it was like $489,000. Yeah.
That's the first one I seen.
Yeah, it was
and
bought
I was
8 days after it sold out show and wherever it was.
And I seen that and I was like, wow, that's fucked.
Yeah, it's completely
But
fucked.
I had to go to the person's page and I watched like 4 or 5 videos in a row, basically of his YouTube videos / wherever he was posting these updates, and they just chopped it to make multiple TikToks. But I did watch that, and it's fucked that's happening.
I agree.
That's insane.
Did you see that he found a second house?
He found a third house.
Found a third?
There's 3.
What?
Yes. I'm almost positive because I was on there. I actually seen one this morning. I woke up, and I texted you, and that's when you were busy, so I was scrolling through TikTok or whatever, or maybe it was Instagram Reels or something, Facebook Reels or whatever it is. And he was in front of a brick house, a red brick house, but I know that the second one I seen was a red brick house.
Yeah, so it's probably I think it's just 2 right now.
But they look different. It did it looked like a different house, like a third, like 2 different brick houses.
Yeah.
2 for sure.
Possibly a
third or more.
I don't know. I'm not gonna put that false claim out there.
No, but
there's definitely 2 houses that he's found so far
that his mom bought.
Apparently,
in his name.
Yeah, he had no
used
idea.
His money and then wrote him off into somebody else's name.
He had no idea.
It's insane.
What I think is crazy is that he had no idea the money was spent.
That just means that he's that rich that he doesn't.
Which is great. Like props to him. Like I love Upchurch. That's not me talking shit, and I hope he sees this.
That'd be fucking insane. We seen him in concert.
Yeah, it was great.
We seen him in concert.
Great time.
It was a great fucking time.
But to me, it's just crazy that someone that supposedly supported him and that he's like, I wouldn't necessarily. I'm sure he's looked up to his mom, but that he took care of and his brothers, I guess too, or whatever. Living at Ghost Ranch.
Yeah.
Did you see the videos of Ghost Ranch? Fucking destroyed.
I haven't.
Dude, he said he's gonna have to put so much money into that place. Like his studio that he had there, the famous Red Barn studio that he had.
Yep.
Fucking garbage everywhere.
Really?
Garbage everywhere.
Yeah, because the first time I seen the video of him talking about that first gray corner, I think it was a corner house. I don't know. It looked like he was staying on the corner of a.
He was standing behind a fence, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it looked like he was next to the house. That's why I'm assuming it's a corner property.
That might be.
But regardless, he was standing in front of this gray house or beside it, and he talked about how he confronted his mom about it or something, and she said that he could use it to put all of his stuff in and keep all of his studio stuff in there because he had to move his studio stuff. But then he got a call from the property owners telling him to get his stuff out because it was sold. Or something. I don't know the full story, so I'm not gonna like you said. You're not gonna. I don't want to make any assumptions or give any false information or false news, but
it's the fact that his mom has bought so far 2 houses with his money,
possibly more that hasn't been found.
He
yet.
had no fucking clue,
right?
That the money was spent and that these were bought under his name.
Yes,
and then at least one, I'm assuming both, but at least the second house was transferred out of his name into someone else's. They only have like one common person that they know, the people that are living there that apparently own the house or whatever,
Right.
and him, who is Ronnie Upchurch, which I don't know if that's his dad or whatever. I didn't look into that. Again, that's not my business really, even though he's putting it out there to
Right.
basically document his life, which is
Right.
cool.
Right.
But I'm not gonna go look up who Ronnie Upchurch is. I'm
Right.
sure it's definitely a family member, if with the last name Upchurch.
But the only thing that confuses me is like when you buy a house, you have to sign in your name. So how is a house being purchased
unless
in his name and he's not signing the paperwork?
unless his mom was like a power of attorney or something.
I don't.
Not necessarily power of attorney, but unless she had, because you got to think like being on that level of fame and stuff, you have people that do stuff for you because you can't always be able to make a contract signing or whatever. Like you have people that are authorized to do that on your behalf.
Yeah.
So like they assume you assume responsibility of them signing.
That's
so
like the only way that would be possible.
I
is
would think
if
again.
he
I don't
had
know.
if
not.
she had that power.
Yeah, I'm not on that level, and I would never allow. Like I love my parents to death, but I would never allow them to just sign for me unless
No matter what.
unless I'm on my deathbed at a
Correct.
proven point.
Correct.
Or like they have to unplug me from the wall.
Correct.
Basically.
Yeah.
But like to buy something,
Like I don't give a shit if I'm the most famous person in the world. If I'm LeBron James, fucking
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. If I'm buying a property,
Like I want to be there to sign the property,
especially
because I want to be there to get the keys.
especially if it's $500,000 or LeBron James moves to LA to go play for the Lakers. Dude, probably his mansion's probably $20 million house.
Something like that.
Easily a $20 million house.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping $20 million and having somebody else sign for me.
Exactly.
I don't give a
there's no
shit
way.
if it was my son, my wife, my mother, my
Yeah,
father,
no way. Because you don't know what
my best friend from high school that's now my manager,
Yeah,
no
you don't
matter
know.
who it is.
You don't know.
Right.
Like, and that's not talking shit about him, like, because he obviously lives a very busy life, and I'm assuming I would gather he had no idea his mom was going to do that. I would
Right.
expect my parents to do that.
Right.
Just like he wouldn't. At least his mom.
His
But-
mom is probably like a manager. Like, I'm sure
Yeah.
she helps him out
In
with
terms-
different
in terms
things.
of that, yeah,
Right.
for sure. But, it's just crazy to me that, like, after him supporting her for basically since, like, 2014, 2015, he started in 2014-ish.
Yeah.
So like from him to finally be able to support his immediate family
Right.
off of what he's done
Right. As a
and,
career.
and what us
blowing up.
fans have been able to provide for him,
Correct.
for his mom to just turn around and do that, like that's
Is
kind of a
fucked.
shit show.
Yeah.
Literally shit show. Get it?
Literally.
Shit
That's
show.
us. That's shit show.
But he doesn't really have a relationship with his dad. I'm assuming the way he was talking, like he doesn't really like hang out with his dad or anything like that.
Right. So his mom
and
would be
apparently
like his
there's
main
like
front
court
runner
there's like
supporter.
court records of I wouldn't say domestic violence between his parents, but there's definitely court documents stating that shit has happened basically.
Right.
And that they were never really on good terms, during that time.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like his mom saying like, oh, like your dad cares about you, he loves you, blah blah blah. He straight up said, he was like, I've never heard that a day in my life until all this shit happened.
Right.
Why now? Like
Right.
that makes no sense. Like something's fucked up.
And now is it coming out that maybe his dad didn't realize how much money he truly had, or the amount of fame that he's
Dude,
on now?
He even said, he was like, now that like I have like I've secured my own accounts and like I can actually like I control everything. No one else controls anything.
Right.
He was like, I now see how much money I actually make. He was like, and wow, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like and that's not him bragging. It's the fact that he based his income on what he was able to provide for other people to help them.
Right.
And he even said that.
Right.
He never realized how much money he was actually making off of his music or whatever his income is.
Right.
He never knew.
Yeah.
Because he never had full complete control of his account. Well,
Right.
at least I wouldn't say he never did, but up until this time
He probably just had somebody else doing it
yeah,
for him
because it was just
because he's busy as shit.
yeah, he's busy. He's a busy person. He's
Yeah.
making music, going on tour, whatever.
Right.
Like
Shooting
now
videos.
that he's able to control everything about his particular business.
Right.
He's able to see the money he makes, the money he spends, so on and so
Correct.
forth. That's wild that you just don't know. Like I couldn't imagine not knowing the money I make.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I mean, if you get to a point to where your famous as shit Floyd Money Mayweather, even LeBron James. Like, if I was in that position, obviously they don't pay attention, or maybe they do pay attention slightly of how much they make because
Sure.
they know, hey, I'm getting paid the same. I'm on a salary.
Yeah.
LeBron James is going to make $20 million a year,
Right.
$30 million
Right.
a year. Break that down. He knows every single game he's getting paid $174,500. You know, whatever the situation is. When you're at that point, you don't have to pay attention to your money.
Sure. But the thing
Someone
is,
else can do it for
the
you.
thing
But
is-
you also need to know where your money's going.
Right.
You need to know what's being purchased and what's being authorized to purchase. Now, if your accountant or your person's buying $20 things, whatever, but if they're going out and they're buying a car for you, or you're going out, LeBron's buying Bronny, his son, his first car, whatever the situation is, I still would want to make authorization for purchases.
Sure.
But I don't need to sit there every single day and worry where my money is, how much I have. I'm paying people to do that for me.
Yeah.
And they're under contract.
Right.
Maybe there's obviously a barrier or a huge difference between Money Mayweather, LeBron, Jeff Bezos, those incredible soccer players, the rich ass soccer players, versus Upchurch. Upchurch isn't as big as them, but he's still making a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, I mean he's realistically he's one of the biggest artists of the new generation.
Yeah.
Like I said, he started in 2014. He's not signed to any label. He'll never sign to any label.
He's
has
probably
his
one
own
of
record label that I wouldn't say he's not signed to himself.
Right, it's his, just his.
Yeah, it's just his. He owns it. So like he's not signed to anyone, and he's built this.
He's probably one of the
level.
biggest free agents.
Yeah,
that you could call them because they're not locked to any particular organization.
He can do whatever he wants. Like he can basically say whatever he wants.
Right.
I wouldn't say with no repercussion. There's no repercussion from a record label because he's himself. He produces his own.
He can't lose his deal with his record label by doing something that they don't approve of.
Exactly. Like there's no one to tell him that you can't say fuck on a song because it's not good for the radio.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
No.
He literally doesn't fucking care. And he said at the end, like it's not. I wouldn't say that he doesn't care about the fact that his mom stole this money or whatever. I'm sure he does to an extent, but he basically said, "I don't care. It is what it is." Like it's not that there's nothing you can do because obviously there's legal action, so on and so forth.
Correct.
But like, he's not gonna dwell on it because that doesn't get him anywhere. He's still gonna keep grinding. He's still gonna be. Continue climbing to the top. That's virtually, in not so many words, that's basically what he said. From my understanding, anyways.
Correct.
Dude, it would be great to have him on here to talk, not necessarily about that.
Right.
Touch on it, maybe. Not talk about that because it's kind of, like I said, a touchy situation.
Right.
But just for him to just explain, like how he started, how he grew, and I know there's like a documentary that's already been made, and he posts, I want to say basically daily. On like Instagram and stuff, and he makes YouTube videos and stuff of basically documenting his life.
I just feel like
from the time he started till the day he dies is basically what his whole social media is.
Definitely, like if you have that type of interview with somebody, we're gonna be, you're able to ask questions or get information that is open that he doesn't give a shit about telling anybody. He's just never had that particular question come up.
Yeah, definitely.
But. Definitely, that'd be dope as shit.
And I feel
even like we have the ability to do the phone calls.
Yeah.
Or like a virtual, call in, hop on a Zoom call. We have all that equipment to be able to pull audio from our devices. Into the podcast.
Yeah.
Via phone call, Skype call, Zoom call, whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
All this equipment runs through.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be a great experience to do someone like that. Even Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll would be cool.
Oh, dude, I literally thought of that.
Like I remember him, doing his 10-minute freestyle. Like that was a long time ago. Obviously,
right.
I remember seeing him in concert. Tweeting
I was just about to say. I remember. Didn't you you went and seen him and you hung out with him?
Yeah, I hung out with him a couple times. There's pictures you can see on my Instagram. I will gladly post the link to that below. You can scroll through.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pictures of me with him. And I have video on my phone on Snapchat of the whole behind the scenes thing with him, his DJ at the time, DJ Highlight, Big Mike, which he's since passed away since then. Doobie was on there, I believe.
It was what? That was high school, wasn't it?
It was right after
Right
high school.
after high school?
It was we graduated. It was the summer of
16.
Yeah, it was. I think I went to a concert. It was like the last 2 weeks of high school. I'm 17 years old, and I'm sure Jelly didn't know at the time, but I mean, it was. Or no, I graduated in 16.
Yeah.
No. I graduated 17. I turned 18 after high school.
Yes.
17. So, but I'm sure Jelly had no idea that I was definitely not 18. I think I could say that now because it's been 5 years. Definitely been over 5 years since we graduated. It's been 6 or 7 now.
We graduated in 16.
It's been 6 years.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
This is year 7.
We've been out in the May of this year,
years.
May, June.
So yeah, I don't think nothing happened. But anyways, he probably had no idea I was under 18. I didn't look under 18.
I mean, you just went to a concert technically.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
I don't think that really.
Probably not. But even then, that dude was probably on probation at the time, so it probably doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was what it was. Either way, it was a fun fucking time.
Was that around here?
The first concert was Toledo. Second concert was Pittsburgh. Third concert was Akron.
Akron?
Yeah.
I'd go to a Jelly Roll show. I've never been to a Jelly Roll show, but I would love to go to a Jelly Roll show.
What was cool is not that they were super spaced apart, but they were spaced apart enough to where he's had shows in between.
Right.
And it seemed like he remembered me.
Yeah.
I walked up to him and he remembered me from the Toledo show, and then he remembered me from the Pittsburgh show when I went to the Akron show. He remembered me from both.
That's dope.
I mean, it was cool as fun. It was
so you're the one that's got the connection to Jelly Roll. You got to hit him up
I'll try.
and get him on this fucking show.
I'll try. That'd be cool.
That'd
even
be
if it's
fucking insane.
Virtual, I'd be cool with that. But if he could be here right now, dude, oh my god, I wouldn't know what to do.
I don't give a shit. People know we're in a basement.
Oh, I'm in my mom's basement, dog.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
If Keemstar and FaZe Banks did not come up with Mom's Basement podcast, that should have been this podcast
Keemstar
name.
came up with that?
Keemstar and FaZe Banks.
Keemstar came up. I remember when that was the Bad Kid podcast back in the day with Keemstar and
It was Keemstar and FaZe Banks did it when he went to L.A.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of.
And theirs was Mom's Basement.
Oh, Only Use Me Blade. Him and Keemstar. Keemstar and Only Use Me Blade were the Bad Kids podcast.
Sure, I don't know. I didn't watch that.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, look it up. I'm gonna go piss while you look it up.
All right, I'll look it up. Go piss.
And then
we'll be
find
back.
find another topic to figure out.
All right, we'll be back.
All right, we're back.
We're back and we're gone.
Yeah, we're gone. Yeah. It's been running for a while. We got to keep these not necessarily short, but we have to.
We're gonna try and.
We got to trim it down.
Right. We're gonna try and shoot for these in studio episodes to be about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Give or take.
And we're at an hour and 20, but again, there was some of that where we were away, getting
both
drinks
breaks
and stuff.
Right. It was just left running.
But
when we do have guests on, if it's a phone call, a Zoom, or an in studio guest appearance or a double guest appearance, if there's two people, it's definitely going to be longer than an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
probably an hour and a half to 2 hours because there's going to
definitely.
be a lot of conversation and questions and conversating and different things like that.
Our plan, other than if we have someone on like that, is to hang out with them genuinely, not necessarily outside of the studio, but outside of the studio.
Right. Don't walk them in the door, sit them down, start recording. All right, recording's done. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna sit down, pre-recording, post-recording.
Yeah.
Probably even indulge in some beverages and some food.
And definitely, if we plan on having a guest on, I would like to be able to put it out there that hey, this person's gonna be on the podcast. This coming episode or whatever.
Today's episode 10. Look for episode 13. We're going to be having so.
Is there any questions that you want us to ask that maybe you and I didn't think of?
Right.
Or that they want to know that you and I didn't think of or whatever.
Right. I'm about to get attacked right now.
That's fine. Cat's cool. But yeah, I want to be able to when we have people on here to ask basically anything from our point of view as well as the viewer's point of view.
Right.
And then also hang out with them outside of the studio, go out, get dinner, do something, whatever it may be, treat them. Because they're our guests, so we got to be able to treat them.
Correct.
To make everything sweet.
Right.
So.
And make their time worth it. Because,
exactly.
Again, it's a long shot, but if it was a person like Jelly Roll or Upchurch or that guy from TikTok, anybody that is a bigger influencer,
I'm gonna treat them
celebrity.
like fucking gold, and that's not that's not just because of their status. I want to treat anyone like that.
Right,
But,
and that's because
but they're taking time out of their day.
exactly,
Especially
they're
them because they're
filling
super busy.
us two people who are fucking nobodies that
Right.
started a podcast.
Right.
They're taking time out of their busy schedule where they could be making money, doing shows,
Yeah.
making music, to just come and sit and bullshit with two random ass
Just
dudes.
get fucking drunk or whatever and
Right.
have a good fucking time.
Right.
That's my goal.
Right.
That's all I want.
Right.
So anyways, we do have to end this, unfortunately. But, well, what we're actually going to do, I'm just going to tell them straight up.
That's fine.
Second episode, Chippy's actually going to be out of town. We're going to release these, every Sunday, hopefully?
Hopefully. See, here's the thing is, like,
we don't really have a time.
we don't, right.
But
I'm probably going to we're going to record on the weekends because we can't say we're going to drop them on Sundays if you have to work on a Saturday.
Right.
We have to record on a Sunday.
Not necessarily. We could record Saturday night.
When you get home. Right. But
still, yeah.
In reality, I'm probably going to sit tomorrow and do a lot of editing.
Yeah.
And I might not finish the whole thing because I still have to make some stuff.
So basically our goal is like a Tuesday.
I would say Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And everything's going to be pre-set up scheduled wise.
Yeah, so like we could have the video already basically edited tomorrow.
Right.
We'll say edited tomorrow,
right.
ready to upload for Tuesday.
And the first couple for now, until I can figure out every little detail, is going to be strictly on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a YouTube channel. I still have to do that. We don't have we have the email and everything. I just have to make the channel itself.
Right.
Put the banner, all that stuff in there, the descriptions and the about page and everything. But the first couple episodes are going to be strictly video on YouTube. We are shooting for Spotify as well, so I'm going to have to
and Apple Podcasts
and Apple on iTunes there. So those are going to be coming. The video version will get released, and then a day or two later, the audio version will come out.
Yeah.
So if we do video on Tuesday, audio comes Thursday.
Right. I'm cool with that.
That way it gives me time to, because I'll have to edit the whole video version. And if there's something that I have to put on screen, a video, a graphic, obviously that'll all get edited up. And then I will have to separately edit an audio version on a different software. I'll take all the audio from the recording in and trim everything up. And, we'll have to have the intro for the audio version put in.
Right.
So the audio version will come out a day or two after the video version.
Right.
Until we can get on a continuous schedule, an easier editing schedule, to where I have more time to where if I did record on a Saturday, I can knock everything out on a Sunday and have it all up Monday or drop everything on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But like he said, I'm going to be out of town next weekend, so we're going to record.
Yeah, so episode 2 is going to be
Episode
already
2
recorded.
is going to be pre-recorded. We're
today.
getting ready to stop this, get all that stuff together, and then record the second one. So if you watch 2 episodes in a row and we look the exact same, that's why. Everything's going to be pre-recorded. And then for episode 3, everything will be back to normal. I will be back. Yeah. I think. I believe
Might want to
so.
check.
I believe so.
We should definitely figure that out. We need to figure out a monthly schedule.
Yes. So next weekend I'm out of town. The weekend after that I'm in town, and the weekend after that I'm possibly out of town.
All right. Well, we need to.
So we might have to double
whether
record.
That's a yes or no. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can know to double record.
I'll know Monday once I go back to work if I can get the day off or not.
Okay. Cool.
But definitely gonna double up right now.
Yeah. Definitely.
So we will catch you guys in the next one.
Yep.
All the information, merch that's coming, the water.
DieselDonlow.shop.
Yes, sir.
Link will be in the description.
Muse State Water. Everything's going to be down below. Everything's going to be listed. Our personal Instagrams, the Facebook for the podcast, the Instagram for the podcast, the YouTube for the podcast. I'm going to post across all the rest of our social medias.
Also,
everything will be linked together.
The link for the merch.
Yes. We were running a first trial of merch. We're releasing it to family and friends to get some test runs out. And then once we finalize designs and how we're going to approach it, we're going to be making a new shop. But in the meantime, the current merch that we do have, I will post. It's on a Bonfire website, so you can go in there. It's our first
merch. The form is for Google Drive. It's Google Drive form now.
For the one we're doing now, but the original one.
What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'll post that one.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
In other words, what I'm saying is in the in the description down below, there will be a Google Drive form. It'll be a Drive Docs form, whatever the fuck it's called.
A forms forward. Yeah. Forms, file, link.
Yeah.
It's a Google form.
That you can fill everything out. That way you can get your stuff ordered. The Venmo will be there. so on and so forth.
Yes.
So yeah, if you guys want merch, hit it up in the link below. Well, I guess we can also link the bonfire if we really wanted to, but
Yeah.
for now.
But we might be switching it around. We're still in the process of figuring out exactly how we want to do it, but we wanted to get stuff out there to help with promotion. But if you are going through the Google Forms document and using the Venmo as a payment method for right now, please make sure the name in the Venmo and the name on the Google form is the same. And when you submit the Venmo payment, make sure you put in there that it's for the merch.
As well as we were going to need your address so we can ship it to you and or P.O. box.
It is on the form.
Oh, is it?
I don't know if you've seen the form.
I glanced, didn't like.
I'm going to put a little screenshot up right here, right now, somewhere in the middle between us. I'm just going to put a little script. It's first, last name, email, phone number, and address, I believe.
Okay.
And then there's check boxes to pick if you want the hat. There's hats, beanies, T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts, hoodies, and crew neck sweatshirts.
Dope.
So basically a hoodless hoodie.
Yeah. Virtually.
So those will be all options. I believe it's all just going to be strictly one color for now. I believe it's just going to be like all black with the white logo. So it'll be black hoodies, black T-shirts, black long sleeve, black crew necks, black hats, black beanies.
Okay.
Until we come up with the full link for the store, then they can go in and select different color options.
Yeah, definitely.
Black, gray,
Right.
charcoal, like this color,
Right.
like a cream white.
Yeah.
And then I definitely like this blue. I want to have like a royal blue as an option.
And what's
going
to be cool is at some point, probably relatively soon for like the shirts and stuff, are going to be in-house.
Yes.
And eventually everything will end up being in-house.
Yes.
Embroidered hats, shit like that. Embroidering is not cheap to do.
Correct. And we're going to look into all those options.
Correct.
But all the stuff that we're offering now through the Google Forms and the Venmo payment, other than I believe maybe the hats and beanies we might have to outsource for now.
Yeah, anything embroidered. Hats, beanies.
Hats and beanies. All the shirts will be made in-house.
Yep.
And also coming eventually will be some tumblers.
Yeah. Those will be made in-house too at the time when that comes.
They're not available yet. We're still working on getting all the equipment and the material for that.
Yeah.
Going through some test runs, different test designs.
Yeah.
We're also working on getting a couple different logos. So eventually we'll have drops, like merch drops around a specific logo, and different pieces that are designed just for that logo, like we've talked about before.
Yeah, definitely. And then, like I said, once things start growing, then we'll be able to get the embroidering machine because, like I said, it's not a.
We can either
it's
do
not
that.
just a $10 purchase. It's definitely
a couple grand.
Yeah, it's definitely a big hit in the pocket. But at that point, when we get to that point, it'll be worth it.
Right.
And then we'll be able to do everything in house, no question.
Right.
And then we can just ship them out right from here, or at our studio if we progress from there.
Right.
We'll be able to ship it right out from there, and then bada bing, bada boom, we're all good.
Down in the description as well, we have an in-house photographer that shoots all of our pictures that you'll see on the Instagram, the Facebook. I'll probably end up using some of those photos for thumbnails on the YouTube. It's my wife. I will link that page, her Facebook page, down below. So if you're in the Northeast Ohio area, Pittsburgh area, Philadelphia area where she's from.
Anywhere in the lower 48. Yeah, I saw her laugh over there.
48, yeah, lower, 48.
She chuckled.
Hey, shit, I'm sure she'll travel.
Hey, at that point, it might be worth it.
Right. So I'm going to link everything down below. Check it out if you need a photographer for anything. It's down below, all of her pictures, anything from babies to weddings to boudoir to
everything.
A bunch of different things.
Literally
correct.
Everything.
Yep. So I think that's it.
Trades.
Yeah, pretty much, photography-wise.
Yeah.
Not a handy woman though. Don't
Jack
ask
of
her.
all trades, master of none.
Yeah, don't ask her to build.
I see her reaction.
Don't ask her to build anything. It ain't happening.
That's fine.
We will see you guys in the next one.
Just kidding.
And check out links down below for everything.
Yep.
We'll see you later.
Later.